Hello, my name's Terry Chimes. This is my new podcast, RockandRoll Confessions, and today we're talking to a real superstar, Marco Pirroni from Adam and the Ants.
Marco,
Terry,
nice
Terry,
to see
how
you.
you doing?
Well, I'm still alive.
Well, yeah,
That's the
evidently I
first
can see that.
Yeah. My wife thinks I'll keep talking after I've died, but I've also
No, I think you definitely will.
yeah.
You were talking before I met you, and then you're gonna still keep talking after. Yeah, after we're both dead, you're still gonna prattle.
Hopefully, let's hope so. Yeah. So I'd like to go right back.
Right back.
you're-
We're gonna go right back.
4 years old or something. You saw something. You thought, oh, I could be a guitar player or a
I
songwriter.
didn't think that when I was 4 years old.
No.
Although I'm now today it's my birthday. I'm 67 years old.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you.
Get some cake afterwards.
Yeah, a good idea, Terry. I should have told you you could have got some cake from the shop.
Could have had a girl bursting out the cake, all sorts of things.
Yeah, I forgot to say. I was trying to keep it quiet. But anyway, what was I going to say? I think the other day I was thinking about getting older, and I was thinking about I saw the Beatles on the Sunday night at the London Palladium, and I saw the Beatles, and I must have been 4 when I saw them. I don't remember them. I remember I remember thinking, what's all the screaming about? But I had no concept, being 4. I had no
Not
concept.
that age, but you do get little hints going along, guiding you to the place you go to, don't you? Maybe that was the first one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I know what you mean. You do get little signposts along the way, and you follow that, and you follow that to the next signpost. And then you end up in some place that you, after I realise, I always should have been here.
Yeah.
I remember being in a tour bus, at the back of a tour bus in the middle of America, on some big tour bus with, I was actually on Sinead's tour, and it was a big tour. It was the biggest tour of the year, which is 1990 or something. And it suddenly struck me, this is where I should be. And I really want to be here. I really want to be with these people doing this thing. Even though, and it's all pretty comfy and luxurious and nice, and we're on a big comfy tour bus. Everything's great. So I mean, I was 30, so suddenly there was the flash of everything's finally come together tonight after this gig, sitting on this sofa, eating crisps. And this is where you should be. I've never felt that before. There was always, I'd always being on the road, I used to think I shouldn't be here. What the fuck are we? I mean, I was like, I couldn't stare out of any more windows, thinking, what are we doing here?
I think of all of those moments, you think, he's drunk, he's throwing up, he's screaming at someone else. You think, why am I here with all this nonsense?
Yeah.
All been through that one.
Yeah. And what am I doing in this airport, this strange German airport?
Yeah.
And it's fucking cold, and I don't really want to do the gig tonight. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know.
I think a lot of bands have worked too hard, aren't they?
Eh?
A lot of bands have worked too hard.
Well,
every night another gig.
You've got to, as you know, Terry, you've got to keep bringing. If you haven't got record company support or not enough record company support, you've got to support yourself on the road. And the only way you can do that is continuing gigging. And you get to the end of the tour and you haven't got enough money to get home. You've got to do some more gigs. So, but that's a very low level. And it can destroy a lot of bands. It destroys most bands. If you go at a sort of decent medium level and you've got major record company support, it's a little bit easier. Little bit easier. You can go and get 100 or 50 grand off the label to get you home. You don't have to keep working. But in those days, touring was just really it was just an ad for selling
Records.
the records. Yeah, the record was the main thing. And now
It's all changed.
Yeah, all changed. I know.
The world changes, doesn't it, all the time?
Yeah,
Doesn't
the
stop
world
changing.
changes all the time. So you must have you noticed.
I've noticed it. I'm just catching on now. But what happened when you were young? Did you play guitar then, or did you pick up a guitar?
I started playing when I was 13, I think. 13. I got a really shitty kind of like, it must have been hanging on the wall of an Italian restaurant, or a Spanish restaurant, sort of nylon string guitar. No idea what to do with it. No idea how to tune it or anything like that. I mean, I think lots of people in those days used to start off like that. And, you know, you got a book. You go and buy yourself a book where your dad buys you.
Bert Whedon.
This wasn't Bert Whedon, no. I can't remember what this was. But it was good. This book was good for starting out, actually, because I did learn a few chords and a few scales. But then I realised that the guitar just wasn't good enough. It wasn't, you know, I kept saying, Dad, this guitar isn't any good. This guitar isn't. And my dad was just like, Dad, you know, it's bad work when it brings his tools. And it's like, no, there comes a point, Dad, where this is a piece of shit and I can't press the strings down. And so he bought me another one. He bought me my first steel string acoustic, which was, I mean, dead cheap. It was from a second-hand shop. I think it was like 10 quid at the time. And then I went on from there. But in those days, you had to find a friend who could play guitar. And I didn't know anyone who could play guitar.
Yeah.
You know, there was none of those tutorials on YouTube, which would have come in really useful when I was 13.
Yeah, but if it had them, there would be dozens of people competing with you, whereas as it was, there was no one around, was there?
Yeah, no, there was no one around. Also, so, you know, I sort of persevered with that for a while, but I just couldn't play anything at all. No matter how much I tried, there was nothing I could play until, and I think this was about 1974, I bought a Link Ray album. I'd never heard of Link Ray. I didn't know what it was. I just thought he looked good on the cover. I thought he just looked right. He had this sort of black and white leather jacket. It looked very sex shop. So I bought it, and he had a big quiff, and he looked good, and he had this weird guitar, which I know is now down Electro Longhorn or where it is.
Oh, yeah. Was it like see-through plastic?
No, it was these sort of things, these like horns.
Oh.
As a long
He
cutaways.
played all kinds of stuff, didn't he, Darren?
He did. I never been able to figure out which guitar he used on Rumble. It was red. I know that. Yeah, but he has played lots of. He played lots of weird guitars. Most of them I couldn't identify. But anyway, so I got this album, and I put it on, and first thing it was like rang, 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 you know, and I suddenly there was a realization in my head. After the first two chords, then there were another two chords which were the same. I suddenly thought, I know what this is. I know what this is. I know what this is.
Yeah.
You know, and it just that for the first time ever, I knew how to play something without actually sitting down. So I picked up my guitar, and it was D, D, E. That's all it was. And then I went on from there and started. I learned all of that album. It wasn't hard to learn. You can actually figure out what was coming next. That was a revelation. Like I knew what was coming next. So yeah, it sort of started there. I mean, I was always on the verge of giving up. I always used to. So I discovered this thing after sort of like wrecking your fingers for like a month or something, and you just give up because you're just not getting anywhere.
It does hurt your fingers, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really hurts your fingers. I mean, before the tips of your fingers gets those calloused, and you haven't got the strength in your fingers because your fingers is doing completely unnatural things.
Yeah,
your fingers never do. And what I discovered is like I could not play fucking anything, so I gave up and I put it in a cupboard.
Yeah,
I put it in a cupboard for like a month. And then I opened the cupboard and I got it out and I had a go and I thought, fucking hell, I could play. And it was because It's because I was not giving the muscles in my fingers. Well, you know about all this stuff.
Yeah. You were about 14, were you?
Yeah.
A friend of mine, his son had got a guitar and he played and played. He hit the same thing. I can't be bothered with this.
Yeah.
Put it away. Then he went to school and there's a 16-year-old in there with the guitar. All the girls were all over him like flies.
Yeah.
He thought, right, where's that guitar? I'm going to go back and try it again. So that was his journey. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's about it's like going to the gym. You've got to do one day on, one day off, and it's the same with the muscles in your fingers.
Yeah.
So suddenly I could play. So coupled with the thing in figuring out the rumble, and suddenly discovering that I could play better, I suddenly maybe I'm in with a shot here. But I was fooling myself. And so I can't remember sort of like the timeline of all this, but I'd already gone through like Aladdin Sane and decided, I heard The Prettiest Star. Like,
I love that solo.
yeah, me too.
Yeah, the whole album, his guitar playing is amazing. Isn't it?
Yeah. But I loved Ziggy, I loved everything he did, but it was particularly the pretty because I was on the fence. I don't know, can I play? Should I get a play? Should I play guitar? Should I play bass? I want to play bass for a while. I don't know why. I still like playing bass. Not that I can, but I like doing it. So hearing The Prettiest Star made me go out and want this guitar. So I got the nylon acoustic, blah blah blah, Link Ray, blah blah blah, and then I got to. Yeah, but now I've got I've got 3 chords. What can I do that? I mean, I can't join a band. There's no band, no one will have me. I'm not good enough. Plus, I didn't know any bands. All the bands I did know were sort of these Grebo bands at school who were kind of doing budgie colours. And
Budgie, the band Budgie.
yeah,
I'm as hot. She's as hot as a docker's armpit. That Budgie.
I don't know. I'm not intimately familiar with the budgie catalogue. There's no bands I can join. There's nothing I can do. And I was just really, really frustrated, until one day, and I think it must have been before the long hot summer of 1976, I went to Denmark Street and looked, and looked in the windows and of things I couldn't afford. And I was walking down Denmark Street before the long hot summer of 76, and I see Vivian coming towards me. And Vivian's got a black, I don't know if you remember, you wouldn't remember. Malcolm had a black fur coat with silver things, and silver flecks in it. And she was wearing that and plastic trousers and these hot pink, like strappy boots. And I thought, what? Hello. I spoke to her and I said, hello, what? And she went, oh, hello. And she had 2 of those styrofoam cups. Before Starbucks, there was those sweely styrofoam cups. And she had 2 of them. And I said, what are you doing in Denmark Street? She said, well, Malcolm's got this band over the road. He's got this new band that he's managing. And I don't think they were called the Sex Pistols then. I think they were still like QT Jones or something, or in between names. And I said, what band? I don't know anything about a band. He said, oh yeah, he's managing this band. It's going to be good. And they're going to be playing, and they're going to be playing like next month or something, or in a couple of weeks. And I said, okay, all right, I'll see you then. She didn't say, come and say hello in the studio. But anyway, I was completely intrigued. I thought, what is all that about? I mean, I knew Malcolm and Vivian. I knew the shop. It was my second home. It was fast becoming my first home, actually, because they got a bed in there, and I thought maybe I could sleep in here. I could
Soak up the atmosphere.
live in the shop. So I knew that I was wearing those clothes. I was obsessed with everything. That's the place I wanted to be. I wasn't interested in anything else that was happening outside the shop. So the shop, Malcolm and Vivian, what they were selling, what they were doing, that was that's all I was obsessing about. That's all I wanted to be involved in. And then suddenly we've got a band. And I was just sort of blown away. I could not imagine what sort of band this was. You know, the idea of the Sex Pistols, I mean, well, it didn't exist. Punk rock didn't exist.
No, they were well, I suppose you could talk about the American bands, but in England, Pistols were definitely the first, weren't they?
Yeah, that's it. She said, we got this band, and I didn't know Glenn was in it. And I knew Glenn from the shop. She didn't tell me anything about it. She just said they got this band and they're going to be playing. And that was it. And that was my first inkling that something was happening. What was happening, I didn't know. But, you know, something weird's happening. Something is shifting. And then they started playing, and then I went to see them, and then it all made a sort of sense.
Did you have a plan B?
No,
You weren't going to become a bus conductor or a brain surgeon? Or...
not really, no.
Okay. Probably just as well. Yeah.
No, I've never had a plan B. There's only been plan A. And
Best way, I suppose. Jump in with both feet.
I can't think of a plan B. What else would I want to do? There's nothing else that would be interesting. Yeah, I don't have any hobbies. I don't collect stamps. I'm not a gardener. In fact, I don't even go into the garden ever. I haven't been in the garden for years. I hardly ever go outside. So no, there was no plan B. I think it's essential not to have a plan B, because you literally die trying, don't you?
I think, I remember Alice Cooper Group saying they were going to go to LA and starve.
Yeah.
They weren't going to quit till they were millionaires. They were going to starve until it happened. And I thought, oh, that's a bit hard, but I can see the point.
Well, I think that's what you have to do.
You only look that way, you don't look back. Yeah.
Well, there's nothing to look back at. I mean, the only thing, they're from there. I remember that they're from Ann Arbor, aren't they? Ann Arbor, Michigan. This is where my ex-girlfriend is from. So the only way of looking back is going home to Ann Arbor, which is a nice town, but you don't want to live there.
Yeah. So I met you first when we were hanging around with Ken Lockie.
Yeah. Well, no, I'd met you before that.
Oh, did you?
I met you at the 100 Club, the sound check, the 100 Club. I remember Mick saying, because you were late, because you were always late.
Yeah. It's a drummer thing.
Well, it's because you had a job and nobody else did.
Yeah, I was always doing something else.
You were always doing something else. And I remember Mick saying, oh, we're always waiting for our drummer. He's always late. You know, he never turns up. And I thought, you can talk.
Yeah.
But anyway. And then I said, well, where is he? He said, he's at work. He's like a scientist or something. He wears like a lab coat. So all day he's a scientist. And he comes and plays drums with the Clash. So that's, and then you walked in.
Yeah. Was that the 100 Club Festival?
Yeah.
It was called?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was the festival. Oh, because you played it.
Because
You
100
played a
Club...
couple of times there. You played with supporting the Pistols. And I saw you there.
Yeah. Every gig we played was supporting the Pistols.
Yeah,
The first,
yeah.
God knows how long.
Yeah, I think Keith was in the band then.
Yeah, but the 100 Club wasn't that big. I loved it, but it wasn't that big. And the number of people that claim to have been there is about 4
Millions.
times its capacity. Yeah.
It's like Wembley Stadium, isn't it? I don't know what the capacity is. I mean, 250 maybe.
Something like that. Well, I think you can sit down 150 people.
Yeah.
So probably standing maybe 300.
Yeah,
Just stuff them in.
Yeah.
There's probably a fire risk limit or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But it didn't even have a dressing room, did it?
I
It
think
had a cloakroom
Oh.
with some chairs in it. Next to it was on the. If you're looking at if you walk in and turn right, and then there's that bar, and this little dressing room was to the left of the bar.
Oh, okay.
Or to the right of the bar. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She's not there anymore. So that was the first day I met you. And I didn't speak to you. I just said hello.
Hello, yeah. So who was on the bill then? because it was the Pistols played after us, and after that there was that French band called the Stinky Toys.
Yeah, I never understood who they were or why they were there.
Well, I think the manager was very upset because the Stinky Toys, when the Pistols finished, everyone sort of got their stuff.
Well, they
to
had to
leave.
because it's last train, isn't it?
Yeah. And anyway, that was what they were there to see. And the guy was saying, "Oh, there's another band on Stinky Toys."
Yeah, but no one's ever heard of them.
No. So I watched them just to see what they were.
I watched them as well. It was just sort of Rolling Stones, wasn't it? I mean, it was.
Yeah, something like that, with a girl singer though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. But it was Pistols, Clash, us, Susie and the Banshees, and the Subway Sect opened up. And that was the second night. No, that was the first night.
Yeah, Vic's still around, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah.
I still loved the Subway Sect. I thought the whole
Yeah, I liked his songwriting. He was a very interesting guy, but one of life's eccentrics.
He is one of life's eccentrics. And they're very, very good punk bands. I mean, they had a great look. That whole thing where they just dressed in grey.
Yeah.
And they were just bored all the time.
And Bernard always liked Ben. He always had a soft spot for Vic and his songs.
Yeah.
I think he got a bit of resentment from the Clash of spending too much time and money on them instead of us. This.
The night before that, I'd come down to that place in Camden that he used to rehearse in.
Yeah.
And the subways were there.
Yeah.
With a bloke called there was a bloke called Baker.
Oh yeah, he was the roadie for. Well, he was starting off as the roadie for Subway Set, but then became the roadie for the Clash.
Yeah, and another bloke, Johnny Green.
Yeah, Johnny Green. Yeah, but Baker was right from the beginning, right through the whole of the life of the Clash. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in America now.
Oh, is he?
Mm.
Well, they were there, but with Subway Sect, and then we turned up, and then the Banshees, as we were temporarily known, Susan and Steve turned up, and me and Sid turned up, and then we had a I can't say it was a rehearsal because couldn't play at all.
Yeah.
You know when people say, "Yeah, he can't really play," that means he's not really very good, but he can actually play. He does know some chords.
Mm.
In this case, not being able to play means not being able to play.
Yeah.
Like, I can't play the oboe. I have no idea where to start.
You might have a great untouched talent that you don't realise.
No, it's a bit late now. I don't think I could probably get rocking oboes.
But I think that they can't play was a bit overused
Yeah.
for people that could play, but this weren't particularly virtuoso or whatever, but they can play. Yeah.
You could play. Everybody could play. Of a sort.
Hang on, what was the Flowers of Romance? What was that?
Flowers of Romance was almost everybody else who wasn't in the Clash with the Pistols was in the Flowers of Romance.
Okay.
It was, which I thought was a fucking brilliant name. And it was Sid's band, and he'd written all these songs. Jane Mansfield. Well, they sound like ZZ Sputnik songs, like Postcard from Auschwitz, got Jane Mansfield, I'm a Mess, and all these. He'd written all these songs, and they were all right, actually. I mean, you could, they could have been worked up into kind of mediocre punk songs. And
I always thought that Sid had a lot of music in him, something, or a lot of creativity in him. He just had to find the right outlet, didn't it?
yeah, it did. Yeah, I mean, it was always overshadowed by John, though.
Hmm. That's what frontmen are for, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Overshadow everybody else, make their lives.
Take the rap for the whole band.
Yeah, but also, it's like frontmen. It's like, if I'm not happy, then nobody else is going to be happy.
Oh yeah, there can be a pain.
Yeah.
That was my moment when I saw Jimi Hendrix. I was 12 on BBC playing,
Yeah.
and what he was doing was so wild and crazy. I thought, blimey, what's this? It was like something from another planet.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm not. I know even as a 12-year-old, I can't be this. I can't do that. But it was behind me. There's this drummer, Mitch was smacking all the drums like crazy. I thought, well, it looks like a lot of fun. So that was my little moment of seeing something and to me.
So is that what set you off?
I think I only realised later, because then I saw other things on there and thought, yeah, that's good. And then when you look at a band, you look and think, they must be having the most fun you can have, like the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
They turn up, they do a gig, go to a party, meet loads of gorgeous women, get drunk.
Well, when it's going well, it is in fact the most fun you can ever have.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When everything is, which is hardly ever, but when everything's 100%
Brief
right,
periods.
everyone's in a good mood. You've had a good, you've had a good gig, and everyone loves each other. Everyone's friends.
Yeah.
And you have the knowledge of that you are making behind the scenes somewhere back in England, hundreds of thousands of pounds. And what can possibly be better? And you're young.
Yeah.
There isn't anything else.
Put it like that. Yeah, it's very seductive, the idea of that.
Well, it's heaven.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it appears to be, yeah.
And
but
you
of course,
get paid for it.
But then you've got all that crap that's, is going to come eventually, and all the arguments and the drugs and the...
Well, next morning, actually.
Yeah, someone just asked me, do you miss the music? I said, I miss that moment you step out on a stage and there's people screaming, but then the 23 hours in between each one of those is when you don't like, and there's too much of that.
Yeah, I really miss, I only realised this the other day, my life was entirely centred around the album. There's 3 months in a year where you make an album, and and the other months are all leading up to that or promoting that. So, and I would just devote my life to the album. That's my life. And to get it, it would take a long time before we'd have to, be writing songs, preparing the album, looking at studios, rehearsing. And before we actually even started, before we went the first day, which was mostly miking up drums. The first day is always miking up drums. And I think I miss that. I think that was my favourite thing. That's what I wanted to devote my life to, is making records and then bringing them out. I didn't like touring. In fact, I fucking hated it. But to support this record you've just made,
You've got to do it. Yeah.
you've got to do. I don't mind doing it. Well, I mind. I moan, but I know why I'm there. There's a point to it. Whereas I think touring now, for me, which is why I don't do it, and I'm kind of retired really, although I hate to say that word, it's awful. It's like when it's just touring for its own sake or playing live for its own sake. It's like, why? So I only want to play these things once, really. I only want to record them and then forget them. If I have to go and play it for another 4 months to sell the thing I just made, fine, so be it. I'll do it, and I'll try not to mind too much.
You could come out every Christmas and play them all and enjoy it, and then
yeah. But if I'm just going to spend my life playing fucking ant music every night, no, thank you.
not every night. No, too much.
Not
every night. Too much. Every night's too much.
Oh, all right. No, I think nowadays you have to do it most nights. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
because we never tried to make money on the road. We didn't need to. We didn't lose money. I mean, but if we broke even on the road, we'd be happy. So that's all we were trying to do, is to break even, because we knew the bulk of the money is the publishing and the recording. And now, but I mean, to try and, unless you're playing really, really big venues, I don't know how you would make money on the road. Cut a lot of corners and a lot of stars off hotels, wouldn't you?
Well, if you're touring with a band and a crew and all the rest of it, it's an awful lot of money. So
yes, an awful lot of money, and you got to be. I mean, well, you got to be working every night to pay.
If you're not doing it every night, then you're really going to lose money.
Yeah,
fast,
because you're paying hotels for people to sit around in.
and you can lose a fortune.
Yeah. Especially if people don't come, you can bankrupt yourself.
But having said that, nowadays the price of tickets has gone bonkers, isn't it? Some of these bands are charging crazy money. They're now making money from touring, so bums on seats, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're filling up places.
Yeah. Depending on where because I won't pay more than about a tenner to go see a band. £3 I can't see anyone now. But if it's like £200 or £300 per ticket.
Yeah.
and for an extra 500 you can meet the roadie or something. It's like, well,
Yeah, I don't like that meet and greet thing. I think that's something you would never do. That is, it's like kind of you're selling tickets to the sort of people who you would have, who before you would have security keep them away from you, but now you're allowing them in.
yeah, I would do it for charity maybe because it's a one-off. You do it and it's
Well,
nothing. Yeah.
Metallica do it's like $10,000 to meet Metallica, but which they give to charity,
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's good if they give it to charity. Yeah.
which I bet they don't.
Well, I'm sure they do actually. They probably do. They put it forward a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes it more palatable. Otherwise, I'm thinking this is ridiculous.
It's embarrassing. I think it's embarrassing to play. You know, who paid 200 quid to meet me? I mean, it's like I wouldn't. And it's like, but it's like if I want to talk to you, I'll talk to you for nothing. But
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it'll be very out of sync with the whole punk rock philosophy, wouldn't it? Be with the people and be.
But also, it's a very bizarre kind of like interaction, is it? It's not really a social interaction.
Yeah,
it's always in a way prostitution.
Yeah, and if I was paying 10 grand to meet someone about, I think, what are you going to do for me? I can't imagine what you're going to do to make it worth my while.
I thought, what would they do? What would Kirk Hammett possibly do? So,
Yeah, I don't know.
but there are some. Yeah, but we're spoiled. We know musicians. We are musicians. People
Yeah.
want to meet us
Yeah, yeah.
for 10 grand. Obviously, they want to meet you, and so
Yeah, if they know
it doesn't. To think back and so, because I'm from London, but there are so many people in the world, like in the middle of America or something. It was just isolated from the idols in Metallica or Aerosmith or whoever are just someone they can never ever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had a
imagine.
therapist working for me for a while. And she was from Australia, where the nearest bar was like an hour's drive away, middle of nowhere, Australia. So when she came to London, she was out every night at clubs all the time. I thought, well, I can see that. But when you've grown up in London, you think, well, I've been here before, and that's it.
Yeah. I remember hearing this Nick Cave story. He lived in some just kind of a village with like 3 houses in it or something. And his friend would drive to town and there was like a chemist and they would have albums. And he managed to bum a friend, a lift with his friend into this town. And he went into the shop and they happened to have a copy of Transformer.
Oh.
And he just looked at it and thought, oh, this bloke looks brilliant. I'll buy this. Never having heard of Lou Reed or anything. And took it home and that's where he started. A copy of Transformer. That's where a lot of people start. It's a good thing to start with.
Yeah, I remember supermarkets in those days had like a cover with an attractive girl on it saying top of the pops.
Yeah.
But it was some dopey studio band playing
Yeah,
it.
it was
just all rubbish.
I had, for some reason, for years, I thought if there were 10 different tracks, it was 10 different bands, but it's not. It's the same. It's the same band all the way through. Yeah. And also, when I would have been about 11 or something, when I used to buy those albums, and I at that point I couldn't tell the difference between their version and the real version. But I remember they used to. They always had some sort of obscure tracks on it. I don't know why they did it, because they thought something was going to be a hit and it never was.
Well, you never tell what's going to be a hit, can you?
No, you can't.
And it's more so with social media. I'm finding you don't know what people are going to take to you and what they're going to ignore. Very difficult to guess.
Well, it's always been difficult. It's always been difficult, and it's like you're guessing like everybody else. I remember reading an interview with Ahmet Ertegun, the head of signed the Rolling Stones and Aretha Franklin and all that to Atlantic, and they just said to him, "What makes a hit?" And he said, "I don't know." I don't know. I just thought, why did you sign the Rolling Stones? But I thought it was good. I mean, that's it.
It's like the head of General Motors saying 99% of all my advertising is completely ineffective. I just don't know which 99%. So what happened with Susie then after that?
I think I decided they didn't like me. or I didn't like them. I don't know. I think the idea was that I was going to go and form a band with Sid, or we were going to continue the Flowers of Romance. I mean, God knows what would have happened. But at the 100 Club, then he threw that glass. The second day, he threw the glass. He threw a glass at Ray Burns, because these were very big white flares. But Ray deserved it, if you ask me. But anyway, he missed. And in true Sid fashion, he missed. And shattered this glass, and the police were called, and then he went in and they arrested him.
For a broken glass, the police were called.
Yeah, because this glass went in people's faces, and it's supposed to have gone in some girl's eye, but I don't think it did.
Oh, right, yeah.
And they arrested him, and then he was out of commission. He was like on remand.
I think I remember meeting him after that, saying he had a bit of a hard time with the police. They sort of beat him up or something.
Yeah, they beat him up in the van. So, yeah, we were going to form this band, but of course he got himself arrested and jailed for, I don't know. He was on remand for about 6 weeks or something like that. And then they let him out. Then everything was different in 6 weeks. And then the next thing he joined the Pistols. I understand Malcolm's thinking, because Malcolm wasn't interested in music, was he?
He was just a connector, I suppose, wasn't he? Connected people together and promoted them. Yeah.
Yeah. But he was like, because Malcolm loved it when things went wrong. I remember, like in the 90s, he moved in next to me. Not next to me. He lived in Wheatmore Street or somewhere, like walking distance from my place. And I went around there a few times, and we went out to dinner a few times. And horror of horrors, he'd learned to drive in the intervening years. Which, if you give, it's like Mr. Magoo.
Yeah.
If you give Malcolm a car, he's just he got this driving license for America. And I remember him trying to he had this Mercedes, and he was trying to get it, he was trying to get it, unpark it. And he just kept going, smashing the car in front of it and smashing the car behind. I said, Malcolm, what are you doing? Malcolm, what are you doing? Just look. And I tried to guide him out. He didn't want to be guided out. He wanted to smash it.
Like a 4-year-old.
Yeah, like a 4-year-old. Because he loved it when things went wrong.
Chaos. Yeah, there's some people who do like chaos.
Yeah.
I can take a certain amount of it, but
I think when I'm working, no, I don't really want chaos. You don't want chaos on the road, because it's always there, though, isn't it? It's always
waiting to jump in.
It's always simmering under the surface, isn't it?
Yeah.
So all going so well. Today was going so well, and then
I think a lot of people in the music business are very self-destructive, anyway.
Yeah.
But so what? How did you come across Adam, and what happened there?
Well, it was Malcolm again who'd sort of did the wrong thing at the wrong time. He started managing it. I think Adam and the Ants, although I kind of lost contact with them, I hadn't seen. I knew they were still going, but I was friends with Andy Warren, so he would let me know what they were doing and stuff. But I hadn't seen them. I hadn't gone to see them, and I think they just got to a point where Adam had got to a point where they were in this cul-de-sac, in this ghetto of UK subs, Adam and the Ants, this kind of like dying punk thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't going anywhere.
As you say, it's just touring and touring with no
results, no deal on the horizon. Nobody wanted to touch them.
Yeah.
They smelt bad, and people didn't want to touch them. So Adam knew this, and asked Malcolm to come in. He gave him $1,000, which was quite a lot of money in those days. Really just to work with them for about a week, just rehearse with them and give them some ideas. So Malcolm came in with all this Pirroni staff and and the tribal staff, and And then at the end, and they were working through this. I've heard some tapes of it, but it's all very rough. It's all very early days of it. It didn't really sound like Bow Wow Wow. It didn't sound, or Adam Minutes. It didn't sound like anything yet. They hadn't really got it. And then, I don't know, one day Malcolm had been working on the three guys, Lee, Dave and Matthew, about just getting rid of Adam, because he could see that Adam wasn't going to do what he was going to be a pain, which he is. And so he wanted to get rid of Adam. So he through Malcolm Fashion, engineered it so the other members of the band threw him out. And so that's what happened. He just walked in one morning and they said, well, no, they did it in a crowdly way. They didn't throw him out because you can't really do that. It was his band. They just left his band, all three of them, en masse. Mm. Yeah. And obviously Adam was just destroyed at this. But Adam, being Adam, sort of went around to see Jordan and she said, why don't you go around and see Marco? Which he did. I didn't know what he wanted. I mean, I knew him, but he just put a note for the door because he asked Andy Warren for my phone number. Andy wouldn't give him my phone number, but he did give him my address, which, if you know Andy, is very handy. So, okay. And when Adam explained that, I said, Andy wouldn't give me your phone number. You did give me your address. I said, yes, I understand. And so he came round, and then we met up, and then the whole thing was born.
Mm. So you had the ideas for some of those songs already, did you?
No, I had no ideas for any songs.
It was a clean slate.
Yeah. Mm. No, there were ideas for a style for them. There were no notes, there were no words written. Mm. So we just started from scratch, using a lot of Malcolm's ideas, because Adam was like, well, I don't know, I don't really want to use Malcolm's ideas. I'm not very happy with Malcolm. So I don't want to have anything to do with him. And I said, well, yeah, but you just paid $1,000 for that. So he said, yeah, you're right. I can use them. Yes, you can use them. You bought them. You bought those ideas. Yeah. So that's what happened. And we started working, and then he had this idea, and it was Kings of the Royal Frontier. But what Kings of the Royal Frontier was it a track? Was it an album? Was it just an overall attitude to life? I couldn't really figure it out. But I had to decide that it was in fact a single. So we worked on Kings of the Royal Frontier, and he was just really going on about Kings of the Royal Frontier, Kings of the Royal Frontier, Kings of the Royal Frontier. And I'd gone past the point. I said, yes, I know, Adam. Yes, Kings of the Royal Frontier. What is it? So I realised he didn't really know, and my role in it all is to kind of make it real. It's all very well having these wonderful, and you can listen, wonderful ideas, and you can listen to them over lunch, and it's all very entertaining. But yeah, and lunch is finished now, but now you have to turn them into a thing, a sound. We have to now kind of take a piece of silence and make it into something that everyone's going to want to buy.
Well, I remember seeing Adam at clubs doing gigs, and then I saw him on TV with you, and it's like, hang on a minute, this is completely different, looked different, sounded different. Yeah. Everything was like, oh, what happened there? And it was you, of course, of what happened, but I didn't know that at the time. But it just...
Well, I mean, it wasn't me I didn't come up with all those ideas, but I encouraged them. I said, yeah, it has to be completely different, and it has to be, a lot of it was sort of, good, the bad, and the ugly, and glam rock. From my point of view, everything I've looked at was good, the bad, and the ugly, and glam rock. Mm. Every piece of glam rock I could possibly think of. And also using...
None of you were shy about dressing up, were you, in this crazy gear?
No. No, we were all a bit. Well, me, Adam, Terry, and Kevin to some extent was all right about it. Chris was never very happy about it. Terry was all right about it. He, we were all, children of the revolution, so we all were happy with makeup. More makeup, in fact. We want more makeup. And then we got
War paint, wasn't it? Really,
Yeah.
lines, a bit like
Yeah.
Bowie with his Aladdin Satan.
Yeah, that was exactly where it came from. We had. I remember thinking. He had. Adam had these sketchbooks, all of designs of clothes, and he said, "Yeah, I'm trying to think of this sort of makeup thing." And he had a few sort of abortive ideas for it. One was, some lines on the cheek. And I said, "Yeah, that's all right. What else you got?" And then there was another one that was had kind of gold or something. And then I said, "No, it was the white line, but it was embossed in gold." And I said, no, that's it, the white line. But it has to be the simplest thing possible because people have to copy it. Kids will have to copy it. They can't do the white line.
Keep it simple, stupid.
They haven't got gold fucking paint.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so you've got to be able to do it like with a bit of, with a felt tip pen, and
Yeah. So who was buying all those records then? Was it very young ones?
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who's buying those records. I mean, you could go online to all the amp forums and ask them, "Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you? What did you buy our stuff for?"
Well, as long as it sells, I suppose it's all right. You've got your audience, and
Yeah, well, you can't stop people buying things. So I think it was people who didn't want to be punks. It was, I mean, I don't know. They were very young. They were like 12, 13, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to be punks.
something different.
Yeah.
And the tunes were very catchy, weren't they? So
Yeah.
that made it easy. Yeah.
Yeah, but also they had that, they could wear Adam makeup.
Yeah.
They couldn't necessarily have the Ziggy Stardust lightning bolt because that was done by Pierre Laroche, this great makeup designer. I said, we don't want anything like that. We don't want anything that kids can't do.
Yeah. So what was the biggest hit you had in those days?
I don't know.
Don't you on your royalty statement?
There are many royalty statements. You used to get. I'm really pleased that now everything's digital because I used to get these things like
Bits of paper.
telephone directories and like 2 or 3 of them through the door, and like the postman would have to deliver them, and I'm supposed to go through this.
We have to be very bored before.
Oh no, it's £1 income, £1.69 from South America, and so it's great that things are digitalised now. I still don't go through them. I don't know what other Stan deliver. Maybe Prince Charming. Maybe Prince Charming. I don't know.
I remember those big drums and bum.
Yeah.
That kept coming up. That was quite interesting.
Do you mean the timpani?
Was it timpani?
We did use timpani.
Oh, I didn't know it was timpani. My brother's a timpanist.
Really?
So I should have spotted that. But
Yeah, you should have spotted that. No, we got the timpani idea. I'd like to say it was my idea, but I think just it's from the suite.
Yeah.
Because everything I ever said was just the suite.
Heartbreaker. Yeah. I don't know.
Hellblazer. I don't know.
Hellraiser. No,
Hellraiser. Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. Oh, Christ. Well, yeah, because you're looking at you can't because you remember for your own memory what you remember, Ross, but that doesn't often tally with the actual numbers. Yeah.
No. And it also doesn't tally with income either.
No. Nothing does.
No,
So-
nothing ever does.
So what happened? What ended that?
Really, that I think I don't want to take the blame for it, but it's like I'd had enough. I'd had enough of the touring. And also the thing between the band was getting really bad, and I was in the middle. I was always in the middle.
So it's a classic, same story. You had a massive drum rise, I remember, with all sorts of little, like it looked like someone who practiced their
Skateboarding, yeah. Yeah, we had massive everything. So yeah, we had 2 drum kits with timpanis and God knows what else on it. Yeah, and it ended because really the band split into three sections, which is, the band, the three of them, me, and then Adam.
Yeah, yeah.
And it can't go on like that. It just can't go on like that. Particularly not when it's me on my own, and I'm in the middle of everything.
It's not a nice place to be.
No, it's a fucking awful place to be.
Yeah.
It's like we just kind of, I'm not doing this anymore. You fucking talk to them yourselves. I'm not,
Yeah.
Go and talk to the band. No, you fucking go and talk to the band. They're your band. It's Adam and Diaz. Why don't you won't speak to them?
I suppose in most bands, someone takes charge. And just
Yeah, you've
leads.
got to. That's got to be.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't work.
But Adam, I'd imagine, could be difficult to deal with in some.
Yes, it was very difficult. I mean, I love him dearly, and he was my best friend for years. But
So he's in America now, isn't he?
yeah. But yes, he's incredibly difficult to deal with. But people are married to people who are incredibly difficult.
Oh yeah, lots of them.
I in the last 10 years, maybe 20 years, I've actually had to recognise that I'm incredibly difficult, and I always thought that I was really, really easy to work with, and apparently I'm not.
I think if you ask any divorce lawyer, they say everyone thinks they're very reasonable.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Clearly they're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that job. Can you, being a divorce lawyer and all that row all over the place? Oof.
No, but I've never been married, so therefore never been divorced. But I mean, just rows between me and my now girlfriend is just like, I mean, we do need them kind of like compared, emceed.
Yeah, referee.
Yeah, refereed.
The stripy shirt.
Yeah, with a stripy shirt and a
A
whistle.
whistle. And a whip.
Yeah.
Well, so do you miss those days at all? You look back fondly with them, or?
I look back very fondly on all of them because all the bad memories have all gone. So you just look back on all the good stuff, and they were just I mean, yeah.
So you're quite glasses half full, really.
Yeah, I guess so.
Some do it the other way around.
I went around the world. I didn't even have to book any tickets. Somebody else paid. I paid for it, but I was taken around the world. My bags were carried. People loved me. I did the thing that I wanted to do. Plus, I was making money doing it. I mean, what's not to like?
Yeah. Although musicians tend to think that, as I say, this is the highest form of life. But when it all goes sour and gets unpleasant, they still hang on to that. Well, we're doing the best job in the world, but actually it is no longer the best job in the world.
I know. And also, if you never get that place, it could be a really fucking horrible place.
Yeah.
I try not to think of people. It's all right when you're a kid. If you're 17, 18, 19, the back of a van is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably good fun, actually.
Yeah.
I think I don't quite remember being very good fun, but you take it. It's all right.
Yeah, just go on with it.
Yeah, it's better. You with your mates, you're in the back of a van, you have an event. It's great. What's not to like? But if you're doing that in your 40s and 50s, if you're still like lying on the fucking bass amps in the back of a van,
Yeah.
I mean, there is a point where like, there are a lot of people, and when you get to a certain age, you just think there's a lot of people. I would never say don't do it, because you just never know. But it's like 9 times out of 10, your dream's gone.
I think I'm the same. I'm quite glasses half full. I remember the good times and then loved them. I'm glad I did it. And yeah. So, but we both had a lot of fun, made some money, went to places, met people, and now we're in a new phase.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 67 today. I mean, I don't know if I could really physically handle going out on the road. It'd have to be.
I think I'd go into the studio and record a song.
Yeah, any day.
If it was a good idea, but and do a gig at Christmas or whatever, but not in this tour. We couldn't do that now.
Yeah, no, end of story. Unless I joined the Rolling Stones, which I suppose I'm not going to do.
It's a kind of corporate job, isn't it, within rock and roll? It's a funny thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's like. I suppose I must still enjoy doing it.
Well, the guys in the band must still want to do it, but I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if they've never thought about doing anything else. because they're so wedded to this idea. This is the best job in the world. Therefore, I'll just carry on doing it till I drop.
But they've never done anything else, have they?
No,
Ever.
no.
From the age of how old?
So it makes you
19
think
or
they never
something?
considered doing anything else, really.
No.
But idea, of course. But yeah. Anyway, lovely. Well, it's great talking to you.
Well, it's
Now
nice
I
talking to you
understand.
too.
I know more about you now than I have in the last 40 years. Strangely. And yeah, well, good luck with whatever you do next.
I have been approached to do many books over many years,
Yeah.
and I turned all of them down. And the secret ingredient was that they didn't offer me money. But recently, some people came along and they offered me money to do a book. I said, "Oh, well, that's different. It's not a lot of money, but you know."
Well, having done a book, yeah, my advice to you.
Oh yeah,
is-
I read your book.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you manage to pick it up again after you put it down? My advice to you is write it yourself. Then it's you.
Yeah, you gave me that advice and I ignored you.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's your prerogative.
So I got a co-writer to come in and help me because there's no way I could. I had tried abortively to sort of start. I don't know where to start.
It's hard to get it
The
together. Yeah.
stories even all in the. I would write in the wrong tenses. I wouldn't know what time frame I was in.
Yeah.
And it is actually an art form.
Well, I'll be interested to read it because there'll be a lot of interesting stories in there.
Yeah, there are lots of interesting stories.
There are always collections of stories, aren't there? Which is great.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing it then, or reading it, I should say. Lovely.
Okay. I've got to work on the artwork this week, which is going to be, for a change, a picture of me.
Well, yeah. Who else would it be?
Well, yeah, I spent most of my life it's being a picture of Adam.
Then you got to think of the title, which is another.
It's called Stand Deliver Your Money or Your Life.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Or is it just called Your Money or Your Life? It's just called Your Money or Your Life.
Yeah. Well, both work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that, but
Well, you did once upon a time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, so we're hearing about it before anyone else does. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so.
Mm.
Hope is exciting.
No, I'm sure
Yeah, it comes
great.
out in September.
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm very bad with kind of promoting this thing. I keep forgetting about it. It's like, I know, because the whole reason for doing all things like this is to promote your product, and I just forgot about it.
Well, we've done it now.
Yeah, I've done it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your money or your life. I like that. Thank you so much for coming in. It was great.
That's all right. Anytime,
Lovely.
Terry.